So I'm very interested in the topic of like I feel like for at this point in my life I understand why people study women's studies. And I came across this Monaleo interview where she talks about how when she was growing up she had a lot of like sexual abuse, trauma, in her household, and how she like would look at herself in the mirror every day and just not want to live. And she mentioned how for her entire life she had suicidal ideations until this year. It's a very long time. And I just want to make it clear here that I don't think enough people understand how that is actually very normal for black girls in America. Most black girls are dealing with suicidal ideation, and most black girls have no therapy at all. Like, there is no one to talk to about this. Like, people are putting on this, it's just so many people are growing up in poverty with so little that, like, there's not a resource. Like, there's not a penny or a person or a friend or a nothing to turn to. And a lot of people keep saying, but there's infrastructure, but there's social workers, but there's this and that. If you live in a really wealthy community and your family is invested in your well-being, that's true. You might have access to those things. But if you don't, and if you are black, especially like a little black girl in this fucking country, like, no one gives a shit. Like, no one cares. No one cares. And like, I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm saying that, like, if you are a black girl, you have to care about yourself. You honestly have to start thinking about all of the aspects in your own life. And it feels like all over the world, Cindy Bruna is like Italian and Congolese. She also experienced rape by a family member. This Indian woman is talking about how her cousin was raping her until she was 18. I talked about like my own experience with rape. I've also talked about like how there's a TV show called Felicity. And in the show, Felicity, there's an episode where she unpacks how to deal with her friend being raped.